A 10-year-old mute boy wandered everywhere, searching for his parents. When hungry he chewed wild vegetables and fruits. When thirsty he drank straight from rivers. When sick he picked herbs and boiled them himself. Until one day he drifted into a remote village. He hoped to find clues, but the villagers saw him as a curse and drove him away. Since the place felt strangely familiar, he built a small hut outside the village. Every day he stopped passers-by using gestures to ask about his family, but never found an answer. One day a man worried his $10,000 compensation would be stolen, so he staged a scene pretending he had lost money. The villagers grew furious, vowing to punish the thief. Two children dragged the boy out, pointing at him as the culprit. Though he waved frantically, no one understood his signs. The villagers rushed up and punched him in the face without hesitation. The man felt guilty watching this, so he brought the boy home to ask questions. The boy saw he couldn't understand his signs, so he wrote down words, saying though he was alone he would never steal. The man was shocked reading this. That night the two talked until dawn, but the two children grew angry seeing them together. They set fire to the boy's hut while he slept. The boy woke and fled in panic, running to the man for help. The man shouted fire and called the villagers to help, but when they saw it was the boy's hut, they refused to help and only watched like it was a show. The boy wept as his home turned to ashes. The man thought of his own late son. If his son had lived there would now be a grandson just like this boy, so he decided to take the boy in his family. Calling him grandson, he gave the boy pen and paper to ask about his past. The boy quickly wrote his experiences of the past year. Only then did the man learn. The boy not only knew medicine, but was skilled in calligraphy, and could recite laws fluently. Clearly his background was not ordinary. He also explained he never stole the money. The man smiled with relief, and confessed the theft was his own lie. He also admitted his son had died in a mining accident, and he had received only $10,000 compensation. But the boy wrote, the minimum compensation for a work death was $500,000. The man demanded to know why he hadn't said so earlier. The boy explained he had always been misunderstood, and even beaten because of it. The man gave an embarrassed laugh, then promised they would soon go together to claim the remaining money, and use it to search for the boy's parents. From then on they lived happily for a while, until one day the two children came to bully the boy again. Luckily the man arrived in time and chased them off, but the children brought their thug father. Though the man explained it was his children who bullied first, the thug only sneered at the weak old man, and warned that if he ever raised his voice at his sons again, he would kill them both. The man could only submit. Realizing he couldn't protect the boy, he decided the next day to take him to the city, to look for his real parents, and also to claim his son's unpaid compensation. At that time the company chairman happened to see an advertisement from the richest man, offering a huge reward to find his missing grandson. The chairman thought if he could find him, it would be a chance to rise higher, but then he reasoned. A mute boy lost for 2 years was probably long dead. Just as he said that, the man arrived with the boy. The chairman found the boy oddly familiar, but when he heard they came about compensation, he said he had already paid, and could do nothing more. The man quickly explained. He only wanted to confirm if the legal minimum was $500,000. When he received a yes, he was stunned. He told the chairman he had only received $10,000. The chairman immediately called in the person in charge. It turned out he had colluded with the village chief, and pocketed the rest. The chairman ordered him fired on the